We will soon begin an author study on Eric Carle. He has written over 50 books. What you are seeing now is just a small sample of his books. Joining our kindergarten class today are two third graders, Riley and Matthew. Together, they are going to help us find out how we can identify the story elements and make connections to a variety of books that were written and illustrated by Eric Carle.
Hi, I'm Matthew. Hi, I'm Riley. We are both huge Eric Carle fans and are very excited to get a chance to explore some of his stories with you.
We will be taking you through 5 elements of a story: beginning, middle, end, setting, and characters, problem, solution, and the plot.
Let's start with the beginning, middle, and end of a story. The beginning is what happens at the first part of the story. The middle is what happens in between the first and last part of a story. And the end is what happens last in the story.
The Very Hungry Caterpillar is one of my favorite books by Eric Carle. The caterpillar hatched out of the egg and started off as a baby in the beginning of the Very Hungry Caterpillar. In the beginning of the Very Hungry Caterpillar and the middle of the caterpillar. In the middle of that, caterpillar ate a lot of food. Each day of the week. The Very Hungry Caterpillar built a cocoon and turned it into a beautiful butterfly at the end of the story. Now let's learn about the setting of the story. The setting is where the story takes place. Does the story take place during the morning, afternoon, or night? Is the setting outside, inside, or in the forest, or maybe in the water?
This is the story of the very lonely firefly. As you can see, the setting is outside and takes place at nighttime. Readers also need to be able to identify the characters of a story. The characters are who is in the story. A story usually has a main character. This is the most important character in a story.
Rooster's Off to See the World has a lot of characters. There's the rooster, who is the main character, then 2 cats, 3 frogs, 4 turtles, and 5 fish. After reading a story, we should be able to describe the problem and the solution of a story. The problem is what is wrong in the story, and the solution is how the problem is solved.
The problem in the story, Have You Seen My Cat?, is that the boy has lost his cat. The boy comes up with a solution when he looks for his cat in many different places and finds her curled up with her baby kittens. A reader can explain the plot of a story. A story's plot is what happens in order from beginning to end.
In the story of The Very Quiet Cricket, the plot begins when the cricket hatches out of the egg. After the cricket is born, it listens to a big cricket talk. The cricket tries to make a sound, but no noise comes out. The cricket meets many other animals in the book that try to talk to him, but he still cannot make a sound. Finally, at the end of the story, the lonely cricket meets a girl cricket that is unable to make a sound. That lonely cricket is so happy that it is able to make a beautiful chirp. Good readers can make connections to the stories by telling how story relates to experience they've had in their own life. We've just finished reading the story Pancakes by Eric Carle.
We actually made pancakes right here in the classroom and are getting ready to eat them.
Okay.
Yummy! Anytime time we read a story about pancakes, we'll be able to remember this experience.
We can also make connections when reading a story by finding out how the story is like other stories we read. Let's connect. My favorite, The Very Hungry Caterpillar to The Very Quiet Cricket.
They are both written and illustrated by Eric Carle.
The way the pictures are made look very similar.
Both the caterpillar and the cricket are insects.
They start out as an egg and hatch in the beginning of both stories.
When your teacher reads these stories to you, see if you can make some more connections.
We have only looked at a handful of the books that Eric Carle is the author of and illustrator of. He has many more books that are just waiting for you to pick up and read.
See if you can find one of his books in the Media Center. The next time you go and challenge yourself to identify the 5 story elements we discussed in the video and make a connection from the book to your own life or another story you have read.
Have fun